Sanje Chudan Zoji Chaman Shanje Bada Dana Chasamji Ake Chishi Jibi Samanji Lola Pinjara Sanje Draba Sho Sanje Chudan Zoji Chaman Shanje Bada Dana Chasamji Ake Chishi Jibi Samanji Lola Pinjara Sanje Draba Sanje Chudan Zoji Shanja Bada Dana Jazanji Dabe Chichi Jibe Sanam Rola Pincha Sanje Draba Sho. Okay. Morning. Good evening. Okay. Good. Okay. 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 How you guys? You guys hot? At your home? No. But today's not bad. Anyway, it's wonderful to come together and pray, practice. Even that we together recite the Heart Sutra, that matters. No one can explain how big. But there's so many reasons. It's a very place, it's a very holy place. Why? The Lord of Holy Buddhism, non-Buddhism, the lamas or teachers, they come here, they blessing. We have a lot of holy objects. In front of that, especially you guys have effort, come far away through the traffic. Sit here very serious. We recite Heart Sutra one time. The marriage become amazing. Even if you think about, even you have a little doubt about emptiness, you can mix for empty for the headroom. We recite Heart Sutra, we're going to talk about this Lord marriage. I'm sure. And even we don't get much understand. You say, why we have a lot of problems? If they have like that kind of merit, but we create a lot of negative karmas every day, every night, every moment. We say, I didn't do any bad things. I tried my best. But I'll create the negative karma through the mind, physically, in speech and writing, listen, and develop all the religions. Therefore, I would like to explain about how we develop or manifest for the emotions or ignorance or non-virtuous thoughts. This is a Sangha explain for those things. Usually, lot of delusion minds. It's like same, Stamani, Avashika, or the Santatika, Man only school, the Mahayana, they're all like some different views, but they're exposed to the ignorance. Become some. The neighbor is that when a new more give it jet on, yes, about Tomeria. The Buddhist and Ma.
So this is how Aya Sangha explained about how the delusions, the cause of this suffering, and the karma is generated.
남중에서 로비종 세죠. 로비종이 지원 정말 앞엔다. 아니 차선용 몰라서 롱해베리티 마 총다다. 샴니지 샹지고 셈때서 곰내야 체란도 당기. 니기 샤와이나 로비종 생각랍도.
So any kind of practice that helps me to bring down afflictive emotions such as attachment, anger, and so forth, and any kind of practice that helps me to increase the loving kindness, compassion, and positive mind, and that's called mind training.
And he any low competence, and he Numo Shele, Neto Mashavina, Shedan Numo said it so. Oh, Caro, Mudiche taught me chocomares.
In order to improve or enhance that kind of practice of the mind training, one has to understand what is the delusion, what are the functions of the delusions, the disadvantages of the delusion, and so forth. So that's why knowing what delusion is not good enough. One has to know all these characteristics of the delusions. And so for that, Aya Sangha has explained like 6 kind of causes or conditions for developing the delusions in one's mind. And so the first one is the basis, the basis upon which the delusion arises. It's like if you have not eradicated or cured the disease completely, then anything is just like not eating properly or not living in proper way can cause for that disease to revive again. So anything by depending on which the delusions are very ready to arise, so that's called the basis. Then the object of the delusion, so by coming in contact with such and such object, either you develop attachment or anger, so that kind of object. Like attractive and unattractive objects. So by coming in contact with the attractive object, one develops attachment towards that. And by coming in contact with the unattractive object, one develops anger or aversion towards that.
And somebody that strong about. And the
third one, is the company. So if you go in company, with the bad or non-virtuous friends, then that can help to develop these delusions very easily in one's mind stream. And then the fourth one, is if you listen, to conversations, or any kind of thing, that makes you, develop more attachments, that can also cause to have delusions.
아니 마치 시와 나와로 능가와다 갔나 아니 요모데 소소지라치 저기 쟁에 빠지는 것이오나 대파 제마치고 야네 섬라야 제마치 섬다데 와이나 야 요모 콘페인 그래스.
And then the fifth one, is also remembering the delusions in one's mind again and again. So let's say you have developed some kind of delusion and attachment or by coming in contact with the object, and then later again you keep on thinking about that object again and again, and then that will also contribute or serve as a condition for your delusions to rise.
능가와디 딱 곰리시 왔어. 내 너무 제와나 양측바 이 마요 탑시 맞아. 때 짜나로 쇼쇼이나. 네 미치 계실 주바디. 그 짜나로 쇼쇼하나 지금. 대삽도 맞아지. 짜나로 쇼.
Sixth one is like the habituation, being very habituated, with the delusions. So your mind is kind of spoiled, to have that delusion in your mind all the time.
근데 들으고 열쇠가 남는도 아니 깨서 들으라 되는 것도 저런 용어도야 고는 바로 용 그래서.
So these are the cause or the conditions by depending on which the delusions rise or increase in our mind.
들어 참아 요자가 싸워대 가는 말이 받으래스.
And the root of all this is a delusion, is ignorance.
이제 오면 엄마 싸워치라고 나도 소리를 해들어.
That is said in the fundamental wisdom.
제가 때가 동안나 손 잡아신다 아니 너무 시원해스.
All kinds of the various kinds of sufferings that we experience is brought by delusions.
리데 틈이지 남돌이셔 그랬을 때 내가 너무데.
And that kind of delusion comes from the wrong conceptions.
틈이지 남도대 추는 게 내로 강이 받대 줍셔래 줍가셔래스.
The wrong conception or inappropriate conception, and so from that comes all the delusions.
제가 담봉한 틈이지 틈이지 그리고 틈이지 남도 되게 문에 받대 줍대 그랬어.
So the inappropriate the conception or the wrong conception is obscured to the reality, the actual object.
아니 뭐 이진일로 말하면 말이 봤대지 말이 발나 틈이지 되지 틈이지 되고 땅 부분에서 강해 받아 죽고 이러고서.
And so that obscures the reality or the actual mode of existence of that phenomenon.
리게 틈이지 남도도 예전에 아니 차다 모습이 전이 벌써 봐 주바치네.
And then because of that ignorance, being ignoring, obscuring to the reality or the actual mode of existence of that phenomena, then from there comes these delusions like attachment, anger, ignorance, and so forth.
틈이지 남도도 가리라고 그냥 차바로 하잖아. 아니 차베 예들에 차네 그거 네들에 사버지 잠보 야본 통되게라 틈이지 남도스.
So inappropriate conception, the conception is like a thought, right? About something. Oh, this is like this is like that, like that. That's the conception. So, if it is, the one is inappropriate, it's wrong or inappropriate. That means like it is seeing more than what it really is, or thinking more than what it really is.
맞지. 근데 근데 제네 아니 지소서 다와나 다위 있더라 쟤네 데라트미 남도도는 땡부네들 사법이 부차시 소셜이 그래서.
And so like when you have this delusion, attachment or attraction to a beautiful object, and then the inappropriate conception exaggerates it. It makes it see or look even more beautiful, like 100 or 1,000 times more beautiful than it really is.
아니 미지서 생각만 올라나 어디 미팅 말아 지랍송스네 나한테 담을 슈치버치네 땡부네들 사법아 부차소샤.
And then same with the unattractive object. So like when somebody says something bad, then the inappropriate conception exaggerates it, makes it sound like 1,000 or million times more than it really is, and then because of that, then there comes the anger. So that's how the delusions arise. Is it like that? So can we, if you like were to meditate, like analytical meditation, would you think it would be like that? For this kind of subjects, when you meditate on this kind of subject, first you have to do the analytical meditation. So it's like this, and because of that, it comes like that. And then when you come to the conclusion and say, oh, because of that, it comes like that, then you leave your mind on that conclusion. Oh, this is how it is, like that. And then just keep your mind there. And then, so how do we prevent this? What is the way to prevent it? This is also explained clearly in the text. So just by thinking I should not get angry, your anger will not go away. So just by thinking that I'm a Buddhist, getting angry is not good. But just by thinking like that, you will not be able to prevent or get rid of anger. So just by thinking I'm a Buddhist, I have to be relaxed. Just by thinking like that, you're not able to get rid of this delusion. And so because these delusions arise from an object, right? And so how the delusions perceive these objects, right? And so it perceives in the wrong way. And so you have to develop a wisdom of mind that perceives the same object, but in totally contradicting way. Then the way delusions perceive. And then by developing that mind, then you'll be able to overcome or get rid of that delusion. And so what eliminates the mind that thinks the aggregate is prominent? And the mind that thinks aggregate is prominent is the wrong mind. And so how do you get rid of that mind? Is by developing the mind that understands that aggregate is not prominent. So just by thinking that, oh, the aggregate is not prominent, just by thinking like that, you will not be able to get rid of that. You have to understand why aggregate is not prominent, and with that mind, then you'll be able to get rid of the mind which thinks the aggregate is prominent. And so you can apply these kind of general examples like that we face in the day-to-day life, like the hot and cold. They are contradictory with each other, right? And so when you have a hot, you can't have a cold. And so when it becomes cold, then the heat goes away. And then when it becomes hot, the cold goes away. So like that. In the same way, so if you develop that contradicting mind, then that can get rid of the delusion mind, and through developing that contradicting mind, through that delusion. And so for the hatred and a harmful mind, you have to develop loving kindness and compassion.
와, 미절이야 너 챈도 걸로 챈어도라. 엘레 이네 샴니지 저 주천보이나 타텔라 너 챈도 걸로 챈 말와.
So like if you have this harmful intention, like the intention when you don't harm others or that person, then when you develop loving kindness and compassion towards that person, then you will not have that thought wanting to harm that person, right?
에다 땅간 내성 챈냐가 말이 아니 제단하냐고 말이 삼 때네 콘도고 말이 다 텔라야. 인디게 이을 텔라야. 마찬 가서 배나 무슨 제다 다 샘지지 뭐지 다 나다 신나도 싫게 말와.
So just by thinking, I should not get angry, or I should not have the harmful intention, you will not get rid of that. And so usually when you develop harmful intention or hatred, it's usually towards person or towards animate beings, right? And will not, develop that towards like the matters, like a piece of stone or rock, right? Or like that.
제가 맛이 전제 투소금한테 뺏는 거 아니더라고.
And so therefore, developing this thought, thinking or recognizing all the sentient beings as one's mother, remember their kindness and so forth is very important.
제가 님한테 dum지는 것도 잡아도 해야지. 빼면서 그 달람좀 놈좀 냠냠 빠지요. 배워라 그래. 아니 콜 기투셔서 다 되게 님아 따봐. 곰잡지. 이마절이야. 아니 곰도 가질 라마님도 곰잡지. 놈좀 지등이 왔지. 이마지 코로나가 아메리아 마르치가요. 다 마르데 코로나 저걸라 안에 코로나기 얘기돼. 다 파도 깨다네. 다들이 나는 샤라파로 칭말해요. 다 나는 조건 줘서스. 아니 조건 봐.
There's a story about this Lama, Zapadu. He's a Tibetan, a great Lama, great practitioner, Tibetan practitioner. So he's a huge practitioner of Lamrim, and he had a disciple who was very good also, good practitioner, and was practicing with his teacher, Zapadu, all the time, Lamrim practice. Very closely with the teacher. And one day, this disciple's mother had sent some butter to the disciple. And then that day, disciple invited his teacher, Zapadu, to come for a meal. Since my mother has sent a very good butter, I would like to offer a meal to you today. And so then he said, do you have a mother? And he said, yes, I have a mother. And how long it's been since you saw her? And he said, it's been 5 years. Then Zapadu said, do you remember your mother? No, he doesn't. I don't remember much. And then, do you like not just remember? Do you miss your mother? No, I don't miss her. So then where did this butter come from? Do you have a lot of animals, female yaks that provide dairy? And then he said, no, there's only one. And so there's only one female yak, from where she gets the milk, then she makes butter from that, right? There's only one in mind, and it could not have been even enough for herself alone. But instead of using for herself, she's been accumulating that, and so that one day, she would send it to her son. And then and so Zapadu then said, oh, you are not doing the right meditation. You have to meditate on remembering the kindness of your mother. From today, for the next 5 days, just meditate on that. He said, you should meditate on remembering her kindness from the time from the time you can remember what she did for you. So everything she did for you, think about that. Do an analytical meditation on that. For the first 2 days, he didn't really get much feeling from doing that meditation. Then from the third day, he was missing his mother a lot. On the fourth day, then he said he couldn't, he missed her too much. He couldn't, wait to see her. And then he went to his teacher and asked for permission to go to see her. Because he said, I missed her so much. I remember her so much, miss her so much. I want to go see her. And then as they said that at that time, then the disciple had developed the realization of remembering the kindness of the mother. Then the Buddha said, "Oh, today you did a good meditation," and then he let him go see his mother. So and of course, if you meditate in that way, then you definitely develop the realization. So like that, if you develop this harmful intention, then what should you do? You should meditate on loving kindness and compassion. If you just keep on reciting Om Mani Padme Hum, that will not help.
Okay. And
then what happens if you become angry? You have to meditate on patience. The only way to overcome anger is by meditating on patience. No other things can overcome that. Then what happens if you develop jealousy? Then it says if you develop jealousy, then you should rejoice towards that person. Or respect that person. If you do that, then your jealousy will go away. And then what if you develop attachment? And then you should meditate on the ugly aspect of that object. And so if you're like developing attachment towards the object, and I mean like things, beautiful things, then you can think about the impermanence, how it will not last forever, how it will break, and all these things. And so if you think about that, then your attachment will go away. And then what should I do when I have so many conceptions or thoughts going around in my mind? Then at that time, for that you have to meditate on breathing, on your breath. Okay. Then what if I develop a very strong arrogance or pride? And then then think about the things that you don't know. Think about the things that you don't know, and then you're arrogant, thinking that I know everything will go away. This is how it is explained in Buddhism about how delusions arise and how they can be avoided. And so focusing on one single object and developing the two contradicting thought is not possible. But you can only have one thought at a time towards one object.
네, 셰당다 샴바타베나 셰당세디 샴바세베데 일라 가고 삼바치 셰당들라 텔라 인노바치는 거 삼바이다 군접 강하다 게 말했어. 도저는
two contradicting thoughts. Two thoughts can be possible, but two contradicting thoughts, directly contradicting thoughts. So towards one object, you can't have loving kindness and hatred at the same time.
오케이. 도저는 곰잡았는데 곰잡는 거도 흑섬 곰섬잖아. 담보 투바제. 인티콜 삼로다. 아니 다 곰잡고 해 말.
So this is how you do. First you listen, study, and then after that you contemplate, and then you meditate.
와. 아까로 후다 시식도 곰다니 못 정하세. 제가 남주 투섬 곰섬자까지 후다바나 마보지 투이와이바나 고이와 남조거나 텔레데네야. 그때 시시토로 요거나 투비다 고쳐 그래서 텔레데네 가자 말지는 투비다 고쳐 메와지. 아 곰마보 잡는 요모도 받춘다고나. 아니 곰잡 고쳐 그래서 곰잡는 요모 만로나 고쳐 말해서.
So, so when you listen or study, then you should become more subdued. You should become so that is the good sign of having studied or listened, and that you become more subdued, more peaceful, more subdued. If you don't become more subdued, instead you become more arrogant, then that's not a good effect of study or listening. And then the good effect of the meditation is that you have to have less delusions. So by meditating, if you develop more delusion, that's a bad effect. So the good effect now of the meditation will be if you have lessened the delusions.
Okay. 어제 따뜻이 땅으로 땅으로 했어. 단도 주고대 간도 제라마 원도 대와 선자마 오마와 참로다 지바로 그래.
These the things that I just explained about, some certain kind of delusions, to how they develop, how they rise, and how they can be avoided. It's very similar with all the schools. The mother, they're all same. This is also very helpful to apply to our day-to-day life. So like the parents, you should always think about their children as their children, as a child. Never think of them as a grown-up person. Even they are grown up, they still think they're my child. And so of course there are certain parents, because of their own karma connection or the delusions, they are very bad to their children, treat them very badly. But in general, most of the parents are very loving and caring about their children. So because the parents have very strong loving and caring thought towards their child, therefore they never have this thought wanting to harm the child. So Bodhisattvas, they practice patience, therefore they don't get angry. You heard of Bodhisattva who got angry?
You right here? So
if one mind is strong, then the other opposite mind cannot become strong. So like if we have a desirous mind towards objects or friends, and then the mind that do not like that person do not come, right?
Yeah. 도저히 살다 되게 거는 해야 됩니다. 다 너무 뭐는 지금 세력도 안 통바, 지대가 로다도 안 통바. 아, 니네니를 좋아도 지라요 하더라도.
So this is this is something that that is in common, with the science, right? With the our worldly lives, right? and something that we can apply on the day-to-day practice.
Okay. Now
we go back to our actual text. I think it's the sixth one, right? So in the mind-only school, the sixth, which is the mode of exerting selflessness, this is their manner of both things. Example of gross and subtle selflessness of person is like that of the systems of Sautantika, Madhyamika, and below. And so, the gross selfless person and subtle selfless. The gross selfless person is a person who is empty of permanent, partners and independence. And then the subtle selfless person is the person empty of self-sufficient and substantial existence. So that is same below Sautantika Madhyamika. Then the example of the selfness of phenomena is an emptiness that is a form, and it is a form apprehending value cognizes emptiness of being other substance. And so that is the meditation that one should meditate on. And then by meditating on that, what we get is what is explained in the seventh presentation of the ground and path.
Okay.
In the presentation of the ground and path, it explains in the two divisions, the objects of abandonment and actual presentation of grounds and paths. Deluded obstacles. So it says deluded obstacles include self-grasping of person, together with seeds and the three poisons with their seeds that arise due to the power of self-grasping of person. These are all called deluded obstacles. Deluded obstacles like the self-grasp of a person, together with their seed and the three delusions.
The seventh
last time we talked about the seed and the propensities, right? Seeds and imprints of propensities.
Seven said the Pasha said the
So the seed, is when it comes, in contact with the condition, then can develop into the delusions. But the propensity, is not necessary, to develop the delusion when it comes to when it meets with the condition. Like in the continuum of the arhat, there is the propensities of delusion, but there's no seed of it.
What is it? The end of the seven the pacha, the ongashivi, Nina Tivi Tabit, the
Then the obstacles to omniscience. So the deluded obstacles and obstacles to omniscience include the grasping as true together, true as the grasping as true together with seed, it is propensities and all mistaken dualistic appearances that arise due to the power of grasping as true, and it is propensities.
And
now they're talking about the two kinds of delusions, right? No, two kinds of obstacles, deluded obstacles and obstacles to omniscience. the deluded obstacle obstructs one from achieving liberation, and the obstacle to omniscience obstructs one from achieving the state of full enlightenment of Buddhahood.
아들라 니트도 따다래 낸도 사원도 제바서 켈레그래 낸도 켈레그래 덤덤
So grasping as true, right? Together with the seeds, like so the mind-only school asserts grasping as true.
yes no
Yes.
아 영원으로 낸도로 nembato 켈레그래 야 낸들라나 nembato 좀 말로 nembato 켈레그래
Grasping at true existence. Grasping at true existence.
how about you guys
What's the question,
The-
Geshe?
They assert true existence.
낸도 켈레그래 버스
So do the mind-only school assert
낸도 빠져
grasping at true existence?
낸도 빠져래 버스
Is grasping at true
Delusion.
existence?
루션
Is grasping at true existence an object of abandonment?
You can say that well-established phenomena and other part phenomena are truly existing.
정의 눈이든 내버려두거든.
영원으로 nembato 낸도 빠져 말어 봐
So the grasping at true existence, right? Grasping at true existence. And then the ne버두고 짐벌이 가셔 버려.
nembato 빠이나 nembato 고 빠져 자고 말아 고 따다 차대
Grasping at the true existence will not be abandoned, or will not be an object of abandonment, right? Because the true existence exists, right? There is a true existence. So grasping at true existence which exists is not wrong.
Grasping at true existence phenomena is wrong.
저 내버려두고 짐벌이나. 저 내버려두고 짐벌이 그냥 가서 뒷말했어.
nembato 켈레그 말어 왜
They don't accept the phenomena existing truly.
External phenomena, they don't accept external phenomena existing truly.
주도 들어봐.
저도 nembato
내버려두고 그냥 말했어.
대득해 저도 nembato 맞지 나 bomba nembato nen데 bomba 라자데 바로 저도 nembato 개 말 맞지 대대 저도 nembato 대들라는 되게 됐다다 맞지 내가 라면도 nembato 대들라도
It doesn't talk about the external object. It only says true existence, right? Grasping at true
싱데
existence.
너를 따다래 가지 그래서 도바사게 돼
So do you have any
any doubts
doubts here in these wordings? Grasping as true.
You mean that the imputational nature, that like grasping at a forms existing by way of its own character as the basis, lying term form.
그래서 깜빡 내버려두고 쓰더니 그래다 랑싱의 랑칭이 누가 랑원도 쓰더니 그걸 그랬어.
제가 당기 때 좋아지는 게 좋아해
That's Geshe question. That's his question.
내가 그때 뭐 캐나 그러와 라면 좀 캐나 그러와
They accept, just as existing from their own side, right? They
랑이 좀
accept,
캐나
they assert existing by their own characteristic, right? The mind-only school, they assert that.
Not the imputational nature.
Because 군다한테 그냥 말했어.
대대 그다음에 그 주시신 거 맞다 또 뱉다 주시도 소리
Computer phenomena is just one of the phenomena that mind-only school asserts, right? So there are many other phenomena that mind-only asserts as existing from its one side, as existing truly, right?
단지 좀 홍보인데 지나서 네 덴트에 가려고 그랬어
So grasping at true existence here, what do you understand this? What is it referring to?
지나서 홍보이다
Grasping at true.
내 싫어 덴트 발라 고거다
So,
대마트
I don't know. I mean, this is just the wording, right? So here it is grasping at true, which means grasping at true existence.
지나서 대 Sure, the Kurukulla, the matter was the end of Kurukulla. You got it something? You have some lot of doubt? I need to learn about doubt, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's less.
Can you look at some books?
It's true.
Okay. Can you debate what killing it was? Send them a debate what killing it was.
Number two bar.
Yeah.
Number killing us. Number two killing. Number two bar. Number timber. Number timber.
But what killing it was?
Number two killing. Number timber killing.
The Traba in that the Dematrism Desra. The Dematrism Tata, the Pagomara.
Number timber. Grasping as true and grasping at true existence is the difference now. Number two bar timber. Number timber is the choice.
Hey, the more you make a shame, watch, take a much. The more my Demataba is Katoi Bakala.
But another dinner color. Model.
And the Savana Chapa, Tiamonka Shigi.
Oh, the never do with the Molameda.
She said, then the matter was the matter.
This is the however. The bird Zimba and the bird with the car.
The garden, the cargo.
The bird Zimba, the water day. The bird Zimba.
The Demataba.
Horangia, the more correct again, the Tenashi, but Zimba, then you want that, then this one. Then the bird with the car shower. But the bird was in Lameda.
The Denderland number of you go to Denderland, Demataba Kayava, Denderland, Demataba Coimber.
The Dana, and Konala, and the legacy.
They quite one, they quite one, they call another that. They could have told us that.
Do you understand that? But Cousin Denala, number two was in Lameda. Is not
the Matala in a Dendelash.
Number Zimba, the bird was in the Hagashawa.
The Baba is the Baka is Kazakariba.
The only difference, the only answer to that, if you, I don't know, this is still doubts, you know. But this is going to be your homework, you know, to find out. So, you know, only thing is to look at the wordings, you know. Like here it says, grasping as true, right? It doesn't say grasping at true existence. So, grasping as true and grasping at true existence, are they same? Okay, or no, what is that? You know, so, I mean, if you say, yeah, grasping at true existence, then they do accept the grasping at true existence, right? The other part phenomena and well-established phenomena is accepted or asserted as a true existence. That's true existence. But is it true? Is it grasping as true? Okay, so like that.
Okay, there's a whole
Giving you the clue.
Karela Coco is. Take a Demataba, Dendela Coco, the short and the Coco is that territory.
So is it what is it to understand? Is it to understand that it's existing as true, or I mean grasping as true, or grasping at as external existence?
Yeah.
So here talking about abandonment, right? Grasping at true existence is not abandonment because they accept that. Right? So grasping at external object is abandonment. So is this, you know, the grasping as true? Is it referring to the grasping at true existence, or is grasping is referring to the external object? Grasping at external object.
Okay, this is the homework, okay? Complicated homework. You guys got it? You got it? Okay, that is that kanji. And the Tambodla Nita, anybody should have like it.
So anyway, first one, you know, is the deluded obstacle, and second one is called the obstacle to omniscience, right?
And Tawada Tamijaba Karatola, then you bank or is that they're Pajati.
So
Tawada Tamijaba Karatola, no more than you bank or is. Yet a sheet of college bank or is. Tawada Tamijaba Karatola. Our Tobala, yet a bankola, Tamijaba, sheet of bank or is. And
so in order to achieve liberation, you have to overcome the deluded obstacle, and in order to achieve the state of omniscience, you have to overcome or abandon the obstacle to omniscience.
Tanibana, Tiri Paja in the Tate Pile, Lamkare Congressna, Kanji Congressna, Kaza Dami to be Tawate, Ninturishan of Chetachava, Randon the Sonum Chun the Sod in the Bata. Raja Rishan of Chetachava, Randon the Sonum Jitson, said the end of the day. Says some the Kawa Yellow part of Comprachma, Ragishan in the shares.
And And then the second is talking about the actual presentation of grounds and path, right? First, we talked about the object of abandonment, and now the second is the actual presentation of grounds and path. That's the B, right? The actual presentation of grounds and path. The holders of the hearer lineage combine the view realizing selflessness of person with a small collection of merit, mainly for their own sake, and due to meditating, for at least 3 lifetimes, attain their enlightenment.
Into the Radenigi, Maja the Gojana Tarak Chivachuni, Chibachijaris.
And so the hearers and social realizers, there's no difference in terms of the object of abandonment. It's exactly the same. But there's a difference in terms of the time it takes.
I mean, Yendurijan says some like Comgres, Rajar Jinikawa, Jaipa the Comgres.
So the holders of the hero's lineage meditate, for 3 lifetimes, and whereas the holders of the soul realizers lineage meditate, for at least 100 years.
Okay, that take one around Suzu Kari Tomdo in a Tig Tower, Tig Karundeva the Tokres.
So by meditating like that, either for 3 lifetimes, or 100 years, one will achieve whatever goal one is looking to achieve. So the middling collection of merit is this, right? So the amount of merit that is accumulated, is how much you accumulate the merit over the period of time, 3 lifetimes or 100 years. So, but what they are meditating on, is exactly the same.
Okay.
And then the Bodhisattvas combine the view of realizing the emptiness of subject and object being of other substance, with the great collection of merit for the sake of others, and due to meditating for at least 3 countless great years, attain their enlightenment. And so this shows that mind-only school accepts 3 ultimate vehicles. And so if you achieve what it says, nirvana without remainder, of the heroes, then that's it. You have done. You're already achieved. And then if you achieve the nirvana without remainder, of the heroes of the soul realizers, then you have achieved it already. And then if you have achieved the state of full enlightenment, then you have already achieved. There's nothing more to go beyond that. So the true expectance observe that when hearer and social realizer for this to attain nirvana without remainder, their mental continuum ceases. And from there they become non-existent. According to this mind-only school's view, you should not strive to achieve those enlightenments.
Okay. Yeah, but Sanjay Papa River
that it is impossible for a Buddha superior's mental continuum to cease.
What? Johnson not Tambo Omode Lonko Sajibi, Lonketing coaches and Matoji Pada, Ripa Jimachab and the Baran and Kavadan, and the Travanatoji the Shivishes.
And this is they observe that it is impossible for Buddha superior's mental continuum to cease because Bodhisattvas first attain enlightenment in Wokmin. It's a pure land, it's just none below, in a complete enjoyment body, and And that complete enjoyment body does not cease in the continuum of the same aspect until samsara ends.
제가 간지가 때문에 저지 않는 간지 롱거스에 되게 대자 수수고 무바당 탐바 좁았대야 아니 추선 그래서
But work for the welfare of others through various emanations according to the fortunes of disciples.
다 되고 다 태웠으면 수소 링게 봐야 돼. 다내 지나고 그런 게다 아마 다들어는데 잡을 때 내가는 내 통이 있습니다. 그 수소 내 봐야 돼. 다 태워 수소 내가 돼야 했습니다. semchen toma mepane riksam kamara wasam yores toma me jem sozola kaji chiga mara wasam yores.
And says that furthermore, the true aspectarian assert that the three vehicles are definite in their own lineages, because it is asserted that sentient beings from beginningless time have three different lineages or natures.
대라다 무바 mara wasam yores.
Therefore, there are three different aspirations.
아니 대라 아니 저바 mara wasam yores.
And therefore, they have three different ways of accomplishing.
대라는 저바 mara wasam 더 그래서.
And therefore, they attain three different results.
자 내가 나도 밀가 찍어서 무슨 맨나 매일 소소소 무바 mara를 열어.
And so, like if there are like three people who are born, right, and then each of them have different aspirations,
right? 뭐지? 제가 아니 그러고 무바 kamara wasam ena yamana shiga mara wasam telatene ene mupa kele mara wasam telatene ene soso pago draw mara wasam ebawalne soso endeavor toero soso golka ka yores.
So the three different people with the three different aspirations and the three different ways of accomplishing it, and then through that, then there are three different results they attain.
제가 니들 한번에 니들람 쉬어도 근데 니들 다지 놓고 못하나 그러나 다란 되겨. 라자를 쉬어도 근데 아나 라자 람나 그 다란 되겨. 근데 샹저 semmel로 쉬어도 그 다란 거다 그때 되게 어떻게 안 보고 말.
링에 받았어요.
링에 받아서 손에 받아. 아니 니들람 쉬나 니들 토론에 물러로 집발했어. 근데 니들 토론을 한 라자 쉬어도 왔다.
네, 맞아요.
근데 요 말 뜻이 쉬어도 요 말이지. 더 침을 돼요.
And so when it says definite in their one lineage, it means like, if you're going on the healer's path, you only go on the healer's path. You don't transfer to the Sotaras's path or Mahayana path. That's what you're talking about. And so if you're on the Sotaras's path, then you only go on Sotaras's path. You don't go down to the healer's path or up to the Bodhisattva path. Like that, but of course, in the Mahayana, they assert that they can transfer here and there.
예, 근데 단디콜라서도 마모시아 다시 한번 되지. 단디 내가 진짜 돌까지 내가 다투 때 봤으면 좀 받게는 반을 예, 샤하고 고마워도 그거 라지 받아 단지에 다투 때 받지 때 받게는 봤어. 아니 내 매적이 싫어 뭐 너도 와서 다투 때 봤으면 좀 받게는 봤어.
아니요, 아니죠.
아니면 다투 직접으로.
Yeah.
고사지로.
So the ultimate vehicle. So that when talking about the ultimate vehicle, like the three vehicles, right? The Hinayana vehicle, and the healer's vehicle, Sotaras's vehicle, and Bodhisattva's vehicle. So among these three vehicles, all these three vehicles, are ultimate vehicles. And because it's like if you go on the healer's path, then you just go through healer's path, and then you achieve healer's enlightenment. Then that's good also. And then if you go on the Sotaras's path, then through that you achieve the Sotaras's enlightenment. And that's good also. So and then after that, if you go on the Bodhisattva vehicle, Bodhisattva path, then you achieve the Bodhisattva enlightenment. Then that's good enough. So those are like ultimate, the ultimate vehicle. Whereas in like this, the Southern Madhyamika and the Pasangika Madhyamika, they accept only one ultimate vehicle. So like the here's achievement, here's an arhat is not the ultimate vehicle, or Sotaras's arhat is not the ultimate vehicle. Only when you achieve the full enlightenment of Buddhahood, that's the final attainment. The first two are not considered as final attainment.
네. 아이나 시간 넘버는 양압자 좀 하면 되겠나? 아니 바로 랭의 사비 리파 지체버마도 네 리파도 사지 살도레스.
Then with the false expectation, do not assert that when the hearers and socializers before destroyers attain nirvana without remainder, their mental continuum ceases. Mental ceases because although they assert that at that time only the continuum of the mere mind that is included in true suffering and the true origins ceases, a mere cognizer goes to enlightenment. Thus, they assert the existence of the final vehicle. Existence of one final vehicle.
그다 드리는 마크로 가로 가려서 댄스 세트 찬스 티콜 잠깐 보셔서
So what is the difference in here? You see, I asked you about the true grasping as true, right? What is grasping as true? Is the same as grasping as true existence?
찬스 때 홍보인다 때 삼다 좋았어.
Yeah. So bring the definition of that grasping as true.
아니
That's your homework. Bring the definition or meaning of that.
아니 인투더 라자니가 아니 곰자다 맞아 집어치잖아요.
So the hearers and socializers, abandonment and the meditation, the object that meditate on and the objects that they abandon is exactly the same.
아니 다 좀바나 라미냐는 다 리바지 저까지 내가 찬도 그래서.
So the arhats, without remainder, ceases. Their continuum ceases, and so they don't exist anymore.
아니 다투 때와 섬들 버려 다투 메모로 송도와.
They accept the three final vehicles.
와 이나야 안 됐단다. 남들 받는 안도 말해서 가래서.
But the fourth expectation is different.
Okay. Any questions? Yes.
Where it says for the false expectarians, it says only the continuum of the mere mind that is included in true sufferings and true origins. Is the mere mind the afflicting consciousness? Oh no, it can't be because the false expectarians only assert six consciousness. Right.
뭐담 찬도 그래서. 뭐지 대비 리바탐 지치는 거 맞아. 리바차가 지금 말 리바탐이 상지 산도 그래서.
The mere mind means like only that mind. Only the mind. Mere means only here in this case, right? Only the mind that is included in the delusions, like the true suffering and true origin. Only the mind that includes the true origin and true suffering will cease. And then the other means mere, the only mind, the process.
리바탐 상지 산도 그래서.
Ripatham this and something.
Yeah.
There's some question.
그래서 다 이제 차서 많이 봐지다. 리바탐 내가 대다고.
So then the mere cognizer means only the cognizer, not all kinds of cognizer, only the cognizer that is free of this true suffering and true origin, and will go to the state of full enlightenment.
That's what they mean. Mere is only.
Only, yeah.
남자는 남지 소통을 개는 거.
Because this fourth expectation is the same as others, right? Only accepts six group of consciousness.
Right. Because I made that there was the mere mind that was included true suffering origins was the mind, the eighth mind, but that's only for the true experience.
True expectation, yeah.
Okay. Okay, now go to homework. 아까지 들으라고 그랬어. 근데 반드시 않았는데 고뉴 탈탈로 다 들으라고 이런 거 되겠다.
Something like that. If we go into more detail, it is more confusing.
아니 다 책은 감도 다 책 말해. 여사지는 그러니 다 책 말해.
If you want to come to the conclusion, we will never come to the conclusion. Not even Gyatso Rinpoche and Kirukulla were able to come to the conclusion.
네, 당연히 가와용으로 그러.
How will we be able to come to conclusion, right? If they were not able to come to conclusion.
오케이? 아까 상황으로 지가로.
Both the last week's question.
The first question is, what is a text source explaining the mind basis of all?
아니야. Okay, what are that? Which text? Which text or what teacher translated that? Who have that question? Who have the answers?
I have Tom Kappa's Ocean of Eloquence. Explains it. And also Asanga's commentary on Maitreya's Ornament of Realization.
그래서 모두 게다 이런 무식이 가서 신용고.
그래서 전투가 다 따와 투자까지 다 단도잖아. 또한 바바 토메 시면 토기다.
그래서 저 전부에 대한 모두 게.
그래서 what do you think?
I had the sutra unraveling the thought, or the sutra unraveling the intent, that the verse in chapter 5 that refers to, I thought it was that, and then also the Trace Ornament of Great Vehicle Sutras and Asanga's Summary of Manifest Knowledge.
Okay, Vika, you have some?
Asanga's 5 treatises on the grounds, and particularly the one of 5, Yogacara Buddha.
Okay. How about you guys?
I have a question. Are we doing the homework out of the book? Is it in the book? Because I started late, so I missed which book we were on.
No, you have to do the research yourself. It's not in the book.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
So what do you do?
okay.
Okay.
I have one other, is the Lankavatara Sutra, that seems like that's a mind only.
낚시 도세.
No, you're right.
어디 파워지 나가셔봐 사초가
Yes.
어묵가 발라서래다. 어디 파워지.
The pose is allowed.
근데 나가시 벤도 사치 벤도
Angashi Sutra also explains that.
근데 나빠야 되는 말도 근데 나 교수도 하나 지대 말도 들고대 나라야.
And what is that? That's a compendium of the Buddhist science.
Yeah, yeah.
So in that it explains that. Yeah. So it mentions about the Lankashara Sutra.
That is good. 그래가지고 쿠디요 실라바 넣었다. 얘기했을 때 말치 라이로스.
Oh yeah, so that's the source from where it explains, where source where it explains, so where explains.
네. 아빠 도매대 샘소말 해와서나 지도 저걸래 가르쳤어.
Is Arya Asanga the proponent of the modern school? Is Arya Asanga a proponent of the modern school?
I think in his writings, he's a proponent of the Chinamatra school.
What about himself?
So,
Yeah, is he a proponent? Huh?
I think he's Yamaka, Prasanjuga.
The Jiadi for the Semsamba in Bado Titus. The Corona Semsamba in Maris.
Okay. How about you guys? Yeah, Deborah.
So I had a slightly different approach. I tried to find the first text that explained it. And so what Master Sangha said is that even though it wasn't called the Alaya Vijnana, that it was actually taught in Hinayana scriptures. We used a different word, it used Paraya. And he listed actually the text where it could be found. And I actually have that text, but I couldn't find it anywhere. But that's what supposedly he said.
So
is that the text where it explains about the mind basis of all?
Well, that's what Asanga said, yes, that the Hinayana actually also mentioned it, even though it's generally considered a Mahayana doctrine.
Which text, Deborah?
It's in the I think the Anguttara Nikaya. It's in the it's supposedly in the Anguttara Nikaya, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And maybe because the translator, didn't highlight.
도지 그 미스라도 란카라사 아바타라사 치스타
이디 어바토메지 테디사이지 마송.
Is by Ayasanga? Is that the text by Ayasanga or who?
No, that's the Buddhist discourses. That's a Pali from the Pali Canon. But Arya Sangha mentioned in one of his texts, he mentioned in the Mahayana Sangraha that the Shravakayana, Hinayana actually talked about this, the Laya Vijnana. But they didn't call it that. They called it by a different term.
So, 바보 터마게 되는 데 가서 이나야나게 따지 그래서 대면이 도진 않아 송열했어. 그런 민데 다들 하고 있어.
그래서 또 바바 토메기 만드시자 거죠.甚至미들 도를甚至都是.
Yeah, it is. Yes, of course, it is the Arya Sangha, who explained the view of the Chidamatan school.
그래서 어때 아니 나와셔만 거 같다. 너 되게 또 나라 속에.
So that he referred, to Buddha Maitreya's the Sutta Lankara and the ornament of clarification and so forth. And yeah, so there he mentioned about the mindfulness school asserting such and such things.
Okay. 제가 단다 밥고들라도 바바 통매데 샘점이 신다 소제래. 나 코란 신다 소제 가 샘점 마이스 오마바이스 근데 남들로 소요.
And so even though Arya Sangha, is the pioneer, of the mindfulness school, who brought back, the doctrine of the mindfulness school, but he himself is not a proponent of mindfulness school. He is a proponent of the Madhyamika school, or something of Madhyamika school.
아니 샘점이가 달 호비 또 서르나 아니 로비 이니. 왜 인연 왜 쇼라 때도 보는데 같이 되시다. 네. 고등학교 같이 요청을 가야지 되시다. 샘점을 하면서.
If I can ask the question again, I'm a little confused on exactly what the homework is because I came in late. That's what are we looking for?
For last week's homework or
This
week?
This week.
This week,
Oh, you guys have been talking about.
first we finish. I already give you the caro. I'm about the end of the end of the cards.
What we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the question from last week. So the question was which text, what's a text as a source, explains this this mind basis of all 8 groups of consciousnesses.
Okay, thank you. Now it makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
And so, according to this text, it says that the holder or the proponent of the mindfulness school or the system of mindfulness school are the Vasubandhu, and then Adignaga, Neten Chogyong, so one of the 16 arhats, and then Loben Loduten Temba, Loben Chugitaba, Loben Ong Lo. I don't know the names of these masters in Sanskrit. Loben Shaja Lo Benjin Chu Chok, Loben Shira June, Bebas, Tamse Dejegawa, Selim Chugitaba, Loben Shanti, Okmondu Junchi, the other Gachine, which is Tula, Semsabata, Kusi Mela, Omabadua, Yobanam. So all these masters, even though they appear as as a proponent of the mind school in the early part of their life, but then later part of life they became the proponent of the Madhyamika school.
너무 셀리바도.
The Selingpa Chuvi Taba, yeah. So Lama Selingpa, Subhana Dipipi, a Lama from whom Atisha received the instruction on Bodhicitta.
너도
Maybe
보고도
Chibi Shizula, Du Lama, Top, Buddha Churnam, Rangshingi, never, Telam, Puppet, Willamette, and Tavis. About Tomegi, sent some bit to take.
제장스.
뭐 로건 아니 따와 오마바 never shares.
다도 마시는.
드리그
드리그.
그리고 근데 거들
좀 봐.
뭐들
야.
그리고 누구를 그래
개발한테 가시다. Okay, this is for that collection. We call it. 저 것 mental up. The new one.
그래서 그런 누가 그래 누구들
나중에 다녀 줬었어.
내가 떠다셔 그냥 담보들이 갔을 때 쇼란데 쌤자는 뭐 하고
야, 너는 안돼 디바드나 다 인지가 님이십니다. 배가나서 줄.
In the translation in English, there are only two versions. But in Tibetan, there are so many. I mean, not version, but two sections only. But in Tibetan, there are like 10 sections.
10 books.
10 books, 10 sections.
7 books. Wow. But anyway, 제가 도전하는들이 레시어 단데 배자 연하야 배자 태고 말스 단데 인지가 아니도 그런 거다 나는서 제워도.
Yeah, that's not the thing.
That's the one more that you did it.
Short how I buy. 나도 나서 뭐지?
나 뭐만 대수 좀 됐던 것 같아. 됐던 거 뭐 대충 될 것을 합시다.
맞아, 이게 좀 좋았어요.
야, 됐던 것 같아. 그래도 남도 단도 땅은 좀 재밌은 거로.
그래서
수당도 재밌은 거로 다 개발만 보고 싹 슝대로 지내 쳐야지.
시에서 붙였어요.
내가 시에서 걔네가 너무 코이 거로.
So these are the masters that we just talked about. And so, so that text they wrote, they have explained about, can be considered as authentic source, for these teachings.
그래. 여자 딴 내가 지라 가르고 샘점에 시대 소재는 먼저 그리고 배적이 딴 남빌려야 시대 소재니요 그래. 시대 소재도 엄마 바래 돼 엄마 배 시대 소재. 아니 샘점이 시대 소재 아니 나다. 오빠 도미 있으나 코랑 안에 엄마 배 따와 있어. 마시아데 샘점에 따와 시오레스.
So the Mahayana teaching, after it kind of disappeared after Buddha passed away, right? And then later they were revived, and so they're called the pioneers. And then there are two pioneers, the pioneers of the Madhyamika school, and the pioneer Madhyamika, the view, and the pioneers of the mind-only school. And so Nagarjuna, is the pioneers of Madhyamika school, but Asanga is considered as the pioneer, of the mind-only school. So even though he is the pioneer of the mind-only school, but he himself is a proponent of the Pasamika Madhyamika school.
Okay. 에치다 내가 노라치라 아니 다좀 바디 라면이가 내가 자주 생도.
So another confusing part, here is that when the arhat, achieves the nirvana without remainder, then it ceases to exist, right?
그때도 매우 잘 어려워야 돼. 요시마 켈링 말에
Do they really cease to exist? Do they really become non-existent?
샘점이 요시마 켈링 말에
지금 killing it like that.
제가 제와시모 켈레로와. 제와시모 켈 제와시모 로와 요르스. 제와시모 간 제와시모 강아 켈고 말 쇼실레는 되기로 해. 샘셰카도 제와시모 켈레. 티칼 멜레세. 도자고 요르.
Then what about the next life? Do they believe in next life? The minority school, do they believe in that? Like the true expectorian minority school, do they believe in the next life? Do they believe only next life, when they have delusions, but don't have next life when they have, abandoned the delusions?
But it says,
제가 다들 리바드. 대개 리바드 여기
Something has to cause to have the next life, right? If there's no delusion, there's no cause to have a next life. Right? It's true.
Yeah.
네, therefore, you won't answer. The Kyojiman Lemon, you go, you want to Kyojiman and you must you want man at the Kyojiman.
제 유모티올레만 사지 티올레만 사지 메오차로 그래. 사지
So
메오차로.
what about the next life? Sangha the Kyojiman Yamata.
이제 사지 메오차로 그래.
What about the Buddha? Mahayana, they say Buddha doesn't exist, right? I mean, Buddha doesn't cease to exist, right?
디고도 사지 지체 말라도 사지 지체 말았어.
So the Buddha doesn't cease to exist.
사지 대자 소설 출견을 합도.
The Buddha, continues to exist, like in our being, right? In the Pure Land, Akanishta Pure Land, where he, will take the form of the enjoyment body, and then will teach, whatever the disciple needs to be taught, until they achieve enlightenment.
Okay, there's no more confused. Okay. Homework sheet should some dash was. What's another homework?
the other question was, what is the definition of a sense direct perceiver?
According to the mind.
According to minority.
Alele, okay. Alele. Who had that? And the one found? Who found?
Made one up.
Okay, what do you
You
mean?
didn't find it. Okay, what did you make up?
I just made it up. I said a knower which is produced in dependence on its uncommon and empowering condition of physical sense power and is free from conceptuality and takes an existent as its object of engagement.
So,
She made it up. There's no term for that. That's great.
Well, it's kind of a hybrid. I used the Tantrica one, but instead of saying and is unmistaken, because it's, as they said, and is unmistaken. So I removed unmistaken. But you can't just leave it at that. And that's why I added it's an existent as its object. of engagement.
about the trash, material.
Mature was the mature mature, but they don't have it. The mother said that the Jibodolas.
Trashy.
Mature, but the tuba,
About the
talk about the 2 years.
toilets. Okay. Bob, you have?
Couldn't find it.
Okay. Deborah, you have? Do you think about the three?
So I had trouble with this question because, first of all, it's not explicitly defined in our text. And then I wasn't sure if the question was to find another root text or find in another commentary and translation, because I couldn't find any other root text of tenets in anywhere. So I'm confused.
Yeah, it's not very clear in the scriptures usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not explicit.
Find it. So, I did the same thing. I took
Well, the definition of these are actually inside that compendium of Buddhist science.
My old yours. There was my old second.
They had the
Yeah.
definition of a sense.
Toba the trashy, Pachateju Shibadra, Pachateju, Pachatem Bolishu, Toba the trashy, Pachatem Bolishu, Shipasager.
There it is defined again. Maybe his own is created it. Made it up.
Okay.
It says free from conceptuality, and they're derived, from a firm propensities.
지제자를 지제까지 저는 찾을 수 여러래야. 근데 취지 다음에 바차 때려 되는 인트로그래서 스타트.
And it's a mistake. It's a mistake. It's a mistaken because depending on what you see, you will think that.
Then how then you eliminate a wrong consciousness? Because by that definition, that includes like eye consciousness observing
어디 가서 주시에 가서 맞춰볼 것도 똑같은 맞춰볼 똑같은 거지 아니
자, 대지를 집에.
어쨌든 좀
맞아 땜보를 집에는 주의시 봐서.
주시해봐.
들어버렸어.
Yeah, it is mistaken. It has to be mistaken. It's a pure conceptuality, and it's let's say it's a mistaken mind that derives from propensities, which is free from conceptuality.
What we're defining as a sense direct perceiver.
Yes.
That definition would also include a wrong consciousness that.
Yes, it has to be wrong consciousness.
There's a difference between it being mistaken and being wrong.
욕심만. 욕심만 뜻이.
주시에다 록신이 가르쳐 보셔.
욕심은 얘도 명확하고. 얘도 그건 저대로 어째.
Oh, you mean okay? Yeah. So I mean, if you so the mistaken and wrong, it doesn't have to be wrong. The wrong is like 가서
욕심은 다 많이
앞에는 몰아서나 앞에는 가는 거 못 나오면 미시죠라.
예. 내가 자주 투지를 해 줘서 말아. 그걸 그러고 후기를 지대 내고 말.
So again, the mistaken, but the wrong, could be like if you see a blue mountain a white mountain as a blue, is a wrong because of the temporary condition. It's not ultimate condition. It's not by ultimate condition.
아니 범마도 미시가 범마 또고였어. 난 범마를 처리했어. 들어.
Like according to my knowledge code, when the eye consciousness, the sense direct perceiver of the eye consciousness sees the base, it sees the base. But is it mistaken to the base? It is mistaken. It realizes it, but it's mistaken.
Is it also
a wrong consciousness?
No wrong consciousness.
Okay, so I feel like that definition doesn't eliminate a wrong consciousness.
욕심이 딱입니다.
욕심이나 일나 시초를 보고.
단다 디나스 세군나 샤게 세니 되기 녹시데 딱입니다. 욕심이 뭐 딱입니다.
욕심 남지 욕심을 나라고 말고 욕심을 나라고 말.
욕심이 뭐 딱입니다.
욕심 많이다 욕심을 까고 말았어. 사실은 말 욕심을 나고 말았어.
So it doesn't eliminate that, but it doesn't say it is it's wrong. It doesn't say it's wrong.
욕심을 나면 아무도.
It doesn't say it's wrong.
라이라 신절로들 덤바들 욕심이 라이 신절로 들게 버렸고 나도
Not grasping at its object, grasping its object in a wrong way. It's not like that. It has it is grasping. It has the appearance of the object. The object appears to it. It does appear, to the eye consciousness, right?
The 처바든지 로시잖아, 원시차단 도시잖아, 원시 세마쯤에 있잖아.
So it's it is mistaken. But if it's just because it's mistaken, if it's wrong, then all the sense consciousness has to be wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Could you read that definition again?
What's that?
뽑아다 다시 바자 떼질을 주비. 저걸 봐서요.
It's a mistaken concept, mistaken mind. It's mistaken mind that comes, from affirmed propensities, and which is free from conception, free of conceptuality.
드리려고 가지 뽑아다 잡아야 맞지. 난 잡아다 가진 저는 바자 땜볼 수도 좋아했어. 드리려고 그거까지.
It's not a necessarily mistaken mind. I mean, it's only in the continuum of an ordinary being.
야, 내 수지 뭐라 수지 오전 뜻이 찹돼요.
Yes. It is talking about the sense consciousness of the ordinary beings. So if it is a sense consciousness of ordinary being, then it has to be mistaken.
Does the definition say anything about its uncommon empowering condition.
그래서 이 말다 소속이 나게 통하면 돼서 이 말로.
이렇게 시험 말다 그 가르치는 용어를 나.
그래서 거의
대등 용어. 계산도 도모다 그냥 제로 집어치지 제로.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that an uncommon important condition can be the propensities.
이거 컨트롤하면 용어 말아. 컨트롤하되 가르쳐
Propensity, is propensity. The imprint of the propensity is the one.
얘다 주시
That's the uncommon power, uncommon important condition.
I think it just seems too broad if you're saying it's a mistaken consciousness and dependent on propensities and non-conceptual.
Yeah, non-conceptual.
Because you could say what about wouldn't that also include an awareness which an object appears but is not ascertained?
No, I'm never done the shadow.
No, I guess that's not.
예, 가래. 나라면 또 있다. 뭐 또. 무슨 미시도 뭐또 있다.
So this sense consciousness is cognizing its object.
이날 설지 가지는 쇼트는 안 그랬어.
It's cognizing its object. It's cognizing its object, but it is mistaken.
오케이. 제가 대답에 예토를 놓치는 거 같거든. 내생을 예토에 소리 예토를 놓치는 거 같아요. 그러고서.
But what about so when you say okay, but someone who's
네, 세자고 해도 되다. 템마로라 템마다 템질론이 있어. 템마라 얘한테 템마 제대로 보겠지 마. 얘한테 템마라 지어냈어. 나중에서 템마 나중에서 템마. 아니 가로. 지어왔어. 나중에서 이층에서.
뭐.
오목에서 제도 오목에서 제도 오목에서 영어 템마라 오목에서 영어. 나야. 알았어. 아직 얘또 불러고 가더라. 내가 가서 찾으려면 간지 얘또 불러고 가지.
Direct perception and I have direct perceiver and the mental direct perceiver and the yogi direct perceiver and the self direct perceiver. And so there is so the mental sense direct perceiver is perceiving its object. That's why it's cognizing, but cognizing in a mistaken way. Mistaken and because even though it appears to it appears as external object. That's why to the ordinary mind, of course.
Okay, tell you understand.
Well, I understand. For instance, now I can understand why an inattentive consciousness wouldn't fit that definition, of course. But it's still, for some reason, I think of course, I can't argue with this holiness,
이나요 뭐 약하죠. 그냥 가요. 안 따면 안 따면 이 쇼나 가요. 그렇지 뭐 이거 말해. Okay. I think like that. Now we stop. Talk too much. Okay, be more confused. Okay. 아니, 제가 근데 호모 담보대 가리잖아. 인데서 그 거고 그래. 내가 술 거고 그래. 쇼트에서 말 거고 그래. 내가 거고 stays.
So the grasping at truth is referring to grasping at external object or grasping at true existence.
거고 그래.
What is it understanding?
Eh?
What is it referring to?
아니 something 딱 지워서 켈레나. 아니 다주마다 가지를 받지 않으려고 그랬어.
Next question is: do the mind only school accept next life? If they do, why the arhat without remainder cease to exist?
네. 아니 가르치 와서 켈레 매나 아니 상지도 매워 찾아 그랬어. 나 상지에 가지 책 말에 문토네 섭직된 또 그랬어. 니들 한번 더 주마다 매워 찾아 그랬어. 나 지와 된 내가 여러 가지 가지 매워 찾아 지와서 매워 찾아.
Yes. Yo es llama kel lengi marves kel lengi mevana kel lengi yona
켈레가 연아 아니
dachu bada kar kel lengi mena.
아니 상지 쪽에 가리 매워 찾아 말했어.
If they accept that there is a past life, and why do the arhat without remainder?
Next one.
Yeah, next life. next slide. If they accept, if they assert next slide, and why do the arhat who have achieved the nirvana without remainder insist to exist? And if they don't accept, then why do Buddha?
사지에 문제가 가진 거.
If they do accept, if they don't accept, why do Buddhas continue to exist?
Okay, and we stop there. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. If you read this book and continue again, maybe you can have more information. Okay. Okay, now we stop. Thank you.
Aji Turki Chuchin Meto Pram Rirapping Jini Degin Padi Sangi Jindu Mite Uwagi Drokum Bambak Ching Rapture Pashu Yeton Mame Kutse Rapten Ching Na Patrin Le Chok Choge Pada Rosam Tempe Drene Sasungi Drove Mon Salta Nekyo Chid Nidam Guru Ratnam Mandalakam Niryataya. My two collections, vast as space that I've amassed from working with effort, this practice for a great length of time. May I become the chief thing in Buddha for all those whose mind wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach the state, may I be held in loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete greater past the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings, from the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart coming out of great compassion in whatever direction the teachings have not yet spread, or spread of decline. May I reveal this treasure of happiness in me. In the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted boundless peace, and the Buddha's needs to be nourished for a long time. By even this great course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and the children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make these conducive for passing the actual paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path raised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold mighty of virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and the oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. That snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy. May Lord Tenzin Gyatso changes it, in Haku Samsara. Savior of the Snowland teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path and unifies happiness and compassion. The lotus in the hand, Lord, and Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. 49, the short poem I prayer for Lama Zopa. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as a bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Bhakti-Ma's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. Page 57, prayer dedication. Through this virtue, may our sins, having gained Kurukulla state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, where born never decline, but increase forevermore. 75, thanks, Emma. Remake and one John Delia, Dungeon Su Yen Song Ka Om San Ran Pe Rama So Thank you.
제가 내나가도 사진 투지 말레베게 그들라 가지 어제도 테마레스 대시야를 테마레스 내가 이래고
어제
어제 투지에를 되나 테마레스
it's talking about the sense consciousness. You know, it is mistaken, but it's also valid cognizer. It's a valid cognizer and it's also mistaken.
예 저도 좋습니다 남아지 좋습니다
How does that
Pero
definition
dila-
eliminate a wrong consciousness?
예코 예라 마트와 있는 테마레스 예라 말와 있는 예라 말와 있는 테마레스
It's incontrovertible to its object, therefore it's a valid cognizer.
그 테마 다니라 자주 그랬어 야 그런 나 오시데 안에 로셔레스 트지 랩데 그랬어 근데 내가 다니들 자주 가지
Right, and yet it's this-
So that is, you know, that's polluted, you know, by
right, right.
the temporary conditions,
Yeah.
and therefore it is, you know, it is mistaken.
그래서 오바다 다시 바자 때말하시고 오실라 추와 슈나 한일라 멀어와네 로텔라 참마다 참마 쪽으로 남자 때도 어제 추와 인바나 양 로텔라 이들 멀어와 참마 자주 그랬어
Even if it's mistaken, but it's not, you know, controvertible to its object, therefore it can be considered as valid cognizer.
투시에를 참마레스 이는 투시 이들 참마고
So it is a mistaken consciousness, and it's also valid cognizer.
이나 오늘 투시 이는 강보 오시다 양 투시 말로 그랬어 강보 오시 나게거든 참마야 강보 된다
But you know, to somebody who, you know, sees the white body as a blue, you know, and thinks that it's blue, it's not only appears as blue, but also grasps as it, you know, it as a blue, and that is the wrong consciousness.
예, 가진 트리키디가 샘섬에 가토고 샘에 골라 샘에 로나 베트남도
So it's in that comparative science,
Yeah,
Buddhist
right,
science,
right.
when it talks
I'm
about
source, okay?
about the mind, you know, about the valid cognizer.
Okay, thank you. Thank you guys. Next week we're going to the Madhyamaga, okay?